I'm back. I was looking through my YouTube videos recently, and I realized that I left my first series, making a cocktail for every Super Smash Bros. Character, unfinished. I started off with 64 in Melee, but then stopped because I was doing my other series of top 5 cocktails for each spirit. So today I'm going to start my reparations for that. Today I'm going to be doing a cocktail for every Brawl character. Now, this is my personal favorite Smash Bros. Game because it's the one that I started off on, and it's the one that has the most characters in Ultimate that I consider mains. So I'm really excited about this one, and I'm really excited to get back into doing YouTube videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and leave a like if you want to see part 4 for Smash 4. Alright, let's get mixing. For Meta Night, we have a drink that was no doubt supposed to be based off Batman because it's called the Dark Knight. This is an interesting cognac drink. So, also I notice that I say interesting about every drink, but I find cocktails interesting. If you have any other words for me to use, put them down below in the comments. Alright, we start off with 1.5 ounces of Kahlua, or any coffee liqueur, but I like Kahlua. And we're going to do 1/2 ounce of cognac. Then we're going to do, smelling the coffee, 1/2 ounce of triple sec. Then we're going to do 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. And to balance out the bitterness of everything, we're going to do 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I'm just going to give this one a nice light shake. Get a nice rocks glass with a rock inside, and we're going to strain this puppy out. And there you go. Our first cocktail of the evening, the Dark Knight for Meta Night. For Pit, we have a very, I'm trying to think of a word other than interesting, but unusual cocktail, because it's an equal parts cocktail with only 2 ingredients. And the only spirit we're using is white creme de cacao. This is not something that you typically see as a base spirit. It's typically something you'll see in other cocktails like the 20th century. But here, it's going to be the star of the show. So let's get the show going. So as I said, it's just an equal parts cocktail, starting with 3/4 ounce of heavy cream. Then we're going to do another 3/4 ounce of white creme de cacao. And if you're wondering why I use little rocks for this drink while I used a big rock for the other one, it's because the dilution, I think, helps a little bit better with cream cocktails. So I want a little bit more. And there you go. For Pit, the Angel's Tip. And if you'll notice, tip backwards is Pit. For Dark Pit, we have a cocktail called the Fallen Angel. This is a gin-based cocktail, so we're going to be doing a whip shake instead of a regular shake. This just means, as a reminder for people that don't know, a whip shake just means that you have one small rock of ice in the can, instead of a bunch of little ones or one big one. All right, here we go. Starting off, we have 2 ounces of our Treaty Oak's Finest Gin. And we have 1 ounce. I keep forgetting that I gotta cut the top of that. 1 ounce of my freshly squeezed lemon juice. 2 teaspoons of simple syrup. And this bottle is leaking, so I'm going to put that to the side. And finally, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. The recipe calls for 2, but I'm a bit of a rebel myself, and I like Angostura bitters, so why not do 3? Now you just whip shake it. Now because we're whip shaking it, make sure that you use a chilled coupe, because this is not going to chill it completely, and you want your cocktail to be cold. So when you're whip shaking it, you just shake it until you don't hear the ice anymore. And there we go. And then from that you can just pour straight in, no straining necessary. And there you go. For Dark Pit, the Fallen Angel. For ZSS, we're making a cocktail called the Naked Lady. This is going to be a good one. So we start off with 1.5 ounces of my personal favorite spirit, rum. I'm using white rum, but you can use dark. And we have 1.5 ounces of our Noily Pratt sweet vermouth. And then this is where I deviate a little bit, because you can do, the next ingredient is 1/2 ounce of grenadine, but I prefer using fresh pomegranate juice. It gives that same color and is not quite as sweet as grenadine. That's why I prefer it. Then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And finally, 1/2 ounce of our fine girl. She's a fine brandy. I am known for my cocktail making skills, not my singing. Shake it up. And we're just going to do a nice strain to our chilled coupe. And there you go. The ZSS, the Naked Lady. I don't know if I've been looking forward to this one or dreading it with my life, but for Wario, we're making a Gibson. And if you don't know what that is, it's a martini with an onion in it. I figured this would be the most obvious one. Normally I would shake my martinis, but I haven't stirred any drinks yet today, except for, I guess, the Angel's Tip. And I want to stir. So, Gibson Specs, traditional. We're doing 2 ounces of our gin and 1 ounce, if my pour spout would work, of dry vermouth. And to make it that extra bit oniony, we're gonna add some onion juice, like a dirty martini. I'm gonna need to turbo wash this cutting board afterwards. Whew. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's not great. All right, let's put our onion right in there. And then just pour this puppy out. And there you go. A cocktail I hope that I will never have to make again. The Wario, a Gibson. Bon appetit, am I right? For Snake, we're doing a cocktail called the Rattlesnake. This is going to be our first and maybe only egg white cocktail of the video, but I have to look at my notes. So the first thing you're going to want to do is separate your egg yolk from your egg white. You can get that pure white stuff out of there too, that'd be great. Alright, next we're going to do 2 ounces of our Piggyback 100% pure rye. Then we're going to do 3/4 an ounce of lemon juice. And 1/2 an ounce of dark simple syrup. Swear to God, I need to cut the tops of these. Alright, then you're going to take a big rock, because we don't want to break up the foam that the egg white will form. And shake it up. Now normally I would do a dry shake first. However, with this cocktail, the recipe said to not do it. Personally, I'm not sure why. However, I'm not going to disagree with whoever made it. And the foam still formed up beautifully, by the way. The last thing that this cocktail calls for is an absinthe rinse. So I guess this is what differentiates it from a whiskey sour. And there we go. The snake, the rattlesnake. Also, because I heard this joke once on YouTube, more like liquid snake. Gamers will get it. For Ike, to represent his game Radiant Dawn, we have a cocktail called the New Dawn. Let's get this started. Start off 1.5 ounces of our gin, 3/4 an ounce of dry vermouth, 3/4 an ounce of pineapple juice, and 1/4 ounce of lemon juice. None came out. There we go. Then we just stir it up. And then you just strain it out onto Big Rock. And there you go. The Ike, the New Dawn. For Pokemon Trainer, I needed a cocktail that would represent all 3 of the primary types of the Pokemon. Water, grass, and fire. So I'm doing a spicy mint margarita. Tequila represents the water, jalapeno represents the fire, and mint represents the grass. So let's get started. First thing we're going to want to do is put our 3 slices of jalapeno, I also cut them in half, into our muddler, or our can. And then we're going to put our mint in there as well, leaving the top for a bouquet at the end. And then we're going to put ½ ounce of agave syrup in there to help break it down. Then we just muddle it. You just want to do a light press and just release the oils of the mint and jalapeno. You don't want to make them too vegetative. Alright, next up, we're going to do 1 ounce of Cointreau. 1 ounce of lime juice. And finally, 2 ounces of Blanco tequila. And then this puppy is just a quick shake and dump into the cup. Then I'm just going to break off the mint and do that as a little bit of garnish. And there you go. The Pokemon Trainer, the Spicy Mint Margarita. I lied earlier when I said that Wario's is the one I'm least looking forward to, because I remember Diddy Kong exists. No, it's nothing unappetizing, I just don't like banana. And today for Diddy Kong, we're doing a chocolate banana martini. Let's get into this. So we're going to take our banana, just plop it right in there, just crush it up a little bit. Now bananas don't get vegetative, so you can really let that banana have it. Show it your hatred towards it. Next up, we're going to do 1 ounce of chocolate cream liqueur. I feel so bad using chocolate cream liqueur and vodka on this cocktail because those are 2 of my favorites. And 2 ounces of vodka. And the reason I do the vodka afterwards is so that it washes out the chocolate cream liqueur from the jigger. Yep, that smells like chocolate and banana. I think that this cocktail, somebody's gonna love it. But me personally, I hate banana. Putting it with chocolate doesn't seem like it'll do anything for it. But there you go. I don't know why I was moving it forward. The Diddy Kong Chocolate Banana Martini. I just spent the last 20 minutes cleaning up after that banana cocktail. Let's move on to my personal main in Smash, Lucas, my boy. So since he comes from Mother 3, I decided to make a cocktail called the Dirty Mother. No, I didn't make it, but I made it. You guys get what I mean. It's very simple. It's 2 ounces of brandy, and 2 ounces of Kahlua. It's very simple, very rich, very nice. And there you go, the Lucas, the Dirty Mother. For Sonic, what better than to do an adios motherfucker? This is a Long Island iced tea variation. So it's got simple specs. 1/2 ounce of vodka, half an ounce of tequila. Sorry, half an ounce of gin. Now half an ounce of tequila. Half an ounce of rum. And what makes an adios, half an ounce of blue curacao. Just a shake of them. And then it's topped with 7-Up. And there you have it. The Sonic, the Adios Motherfucker. For King DDD, we're doing a cocktail called the Sledgehammer. This is a very simple 3-ingredient cocktail. Give me a sec. Forgot to wash out the Adios from my jigger. Anyways, this is a very simple 3-ingredient cocktail. It's equal parts. It's just 3/4 an ounce light rum, 3/4 an ounce cognac, and 3/4 an ounce apple cider. Pour the sucker out. And there you go. Another nice simple one. The King DDD, the Sledgehammer. Another one of my mains, by the way. Because the Pikmin are like roots, for Olimar we got the California Root Beer. Now, this is a weird one. Again. Just like that cap. So we start off with 1 ounce of vodka. Now for this recipe, I'm using vanilla vodka, but you can use just regular. And if you're wondering why I use a different vodka for every recipe, I use what I've got. And we're going to do half an ounce of Kahlua, which is going to make this root beer colored. And then, the weirdest ingredient of the 3, we're going to do 3/4 an ounce of green chartreuse. Give it a nice stir. Got a nice root beer like color from the Kahlua. And I'm just going to dump the entire thing in here. And there we have it. The Olimar California Root Beer. For Lucario, we're doing a cocktail called the Blue Monday. Now, why it's called the Monday, I don't know. But Garfield hates this cocktail, as you could probably guess. I'm not a comedian, I'm a mixologist. So we do 1 ounce vodka, half an ounce Cointreau. I'm going to do another half ounce of vodka. So 1.5 ounces vodka. Just really fill up the glass. And 1/4 ounce blue curacao. And when you strain it, it has this nice light blue color. And there you go. The Lucario, the Blue Monday. This next one we're going to make straight in the glass. For Rob, we're doing a Rob Roy. What else? So we'll start off with 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of our blended scotch. And then there you have the immediate classic for Rob Roy. For Toon Link, we're doing a cocktail called the Boomerang. It's one of his classic weapons, so I thought it would be appropriate. Starting off, 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth, 1 ounce of gin, 2 dashes of maraschino liqueur, or just 1 really big dash, and a single dash of Angostura bitters. Wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't forget the glass off screen for one cocktail. Pour it out. And there you go. The Toon Link, the Boomerang. Finally, for Wolf, we have a cocktail called the Grey Wolf. This is similar to a Japanese Monte Carlo, for those of you who know a lot of call drinks. Alright, let's get this thing started. I keep forgetting I need to unscrew these caps for some reason. Start off with 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. I use dark in this cocktail. And we do 2 ounces of Japanese whiskey. This is a lighter, much smoother whiskey, so it's a little bit pricier, but trust me when I say it is well worth it. And we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of Benedictine and 1 dash of Angostura bitters. And just give that a nice vigorous stir. Why this is called the Grey Wolf and not the Red Wolf, because of the Angostura bitters, I don't know. But we're just going to go with it and just enjoy this cocktail. And there you go. The final cocktail of the day for Wolf, the Grey Wolf. So there we have it. Those are all the cocktails for the characters for Smash Bros. Brawl. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Join us next time when we cover Smash 4 and a lot of lesser popular characters, if I'm being honest. But either way, it's a great game. I loved everything about it, and I love making the cocktails too. Have a good one, and good night.